never gets seduced by a hussy from the city. I am the Wiz! Alright everybody, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Today I am reviewing the 1927 silent film Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans, directed by F.W. Murnau. The reason why I'm watching this movie is this is considered one of the great silent films. A really interesting and pretty special movie. Just the technical things in this movie that this film does is just jaw-dropping. So before I get into the review, I just want to point out I am developing a little bit of a sore throat and a cold, so if my voice sounds a little raspy, I apologize, but let's get into the review of Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. I mentioned in the prologue, this movie is technically stunning. There are things in this movie where I was actively asking, how did they pull this off? How did they make this look this good? There are scenes in a carnival, there's scenes in the street, and the editing in this movie is also really good. I was really surprised watching this film, seeing how technically great this film is. And there are techniques that this film used that are used in films today. This was definitely interesting watching this film and looking at what they were doing when it came to the story, and to see that it may have originated here. It may not have originated here, but it definitely used those techniques incredibly well. The other thing that I was really surprised by is that this movie told the story with very little title cards. Now, when you watch a silent film, there usually is a good amount of title cards when it comes to dialogue and trying to get a story across. I think there are 4 or 5 title cards, and a couple of them are repeated in this 97-minute film. And honestly, that is interesting to me, because that means that the actors and the director were able to portray the story well enough just through the actor's expression and what is on screen, which is done very well in this movie. And I need to highlight Janet Gaynor, who plays the wife in this film. She does an incredibly good job playing the wife in this. The husband, played by George O'Brien, is good, but really the best performance of this film is Janet Gaynor. She did an incredibly good job showing in her face her emotions, her hurt, and everything in the film. Like, I was really stunned by how good she was in this. I've gotten to the technical stuff. I've gotten to the acting. What about the story? Well, the story is actually pretty interesting. The story is about a farmer who's bored with his wife and kids, who starts to have an affair with a woman from the city. And the woman suggests to him, why don't you kill your wife so we can run away together? Now, when I saw this film, I didn't know about this part. I kept myself in the dark of what the film was about. And I was stunned when I was watching, like, wait, you want to do what now? Like, they did this in the 20s? Holy crap! I was like, this is interesting. But I will say this, though. That part of the story ends in the first act. Now, this leads to a problem that I think some people will have with this film. By the end of the first act, the wife realizes what the husband's trying to do and runs away from him, while the husband's like, oh my god, I don't want to do this. And he runs after her and tries to get her to forgive him. And in about 10 minutes, she does that. Like, literally, in 10 minutes of the film, it's like, oh, okay, I guess you didn't mean it, I'll forgive you. Like, what? I think this is really more of a sign of the times and how that is done than anything else. So I can forgive that, but I can see modern audiences looking at that and going, wait, what? Like, he tried to kill you and you're back with him already? Bitch, what the hell's wrong with you? If that's gonna bother you, well, honestly, if that's gonna bother you, you probably don't even want to watch a silent movie anyway, so who am I really talking to on that one? I think as a story, Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans is good. I think it was entertaining, and it had a very interesting story with some decent characters, and a really good performance by Janet Gaynor. But honestly, I think the thing that really captivated me was the technical side of this film. Again, I have to state, there are techniques that are used in this movie that are used today, and they look just as good. I was incredibly surprised with some of the editing and how some of the scenes are constructed and how good it looks on screen. So I was definitely very surprised by this, and this is definitely a movie, if I can find this on Blu-ray or even 4K, I'm going to snatch it up as soon as I can. This was a great movie. Alright, so let's see what everyone else thinks about this film. Letterboxd Users has this at a 4.2 out of 5, and that just missed the best narrative films of all time on that list. Just missed it. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 98% fresh. That is not a surprise. Critics adore this movie. Now, in terms of Oscars, this was nominated for 4 and won 3, one including for Janet Gaynor for Best Actress, definitely deserved, and for Best Cinematography, definitely deserved. This is the only movie to win an Academy Award for unique and artistic production. I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 5. I think technically this is a masterpiece. This is a beautiful looking movie, and I am stunned at looking at all of the different things that this film does, whether it's editing, whether it's the shot composition, or just how the actors act in this film. I think is just amazing. I think the story is good. I don't think it's great, and I think some people will have an issue with how quick the wife actually forgives the husband in this. But honestly, this is a movie that I would love to own and to have in my collection. This is a really good movie, and if you're really into film history or film in itself, I think you should give this movie a shot. It's a really good movie. So, Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans, 4 out of 5. I saw this on Tubi, so if you want to check it out on there, you check it out for free on Tubi. Alright guys, thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you didn't, please subscribe. And if you have questions or comments, go ahead and leave a comment whether you liked it or not. It just helps, you know. If you want my written reviews, you can go onto my letterbox at IamThatWiz, or you can go to my website at IamTheWiz.com. Thank you very much again for watching. See you next time.